Back for part two. What?
Woot.
Alright, so we had just had the declaration that Zimzix was getting arrested.
Always exciting.
And like I said, I'm going to go ahead and say you all heard that from where you were. What? Let's let y'all react to that.
Is there a dancer or other employee nearby?
They're on the stage practicing.
Okay.
Can I wave one of them over?
You can try, but they're in the middle of rehearsing.
Yeah. I think without one right nearby, because I think Jordan and I are on the same page here. With none of them obviously at hand, I think Ruric is going to go find out what the new noise was.
All right, so you pop around the corner, and you see the corridor to the dressing rooms, and the door next to Diana's has got like a guard half in, half out of it, pointing a halberd into the room. And who has just yelled, "You're under arrest."
I thought this act was less bloody.
What's whoa. No need for violence, sir. What appears to have been the issue?
What are you doing back here?
Lending our assistance as best we can, because obviously you seem to be having trouble maintaining any sort of semblance of peace and quiet while the dancers rehearse on stage.
As soon as he's distracted, I want to I want to stealth out of there.
He's blocking the door.
He's also like twice as big as me.
He's a wall of meat. I can just imagine Zimzix like trying to dive into a clothing rack, and all the dancers just like.
All right, go ahead and roll stealth at disadvantage.
Disadvantage again.
You are in a tiny, well-lit room with nowhere to hide.
Damn your disadvantage. 10.
So the guard looks over to Adelchi and is like, "What are you doing here?" Looks over, and then like Zimzix is quite clearly trying to hide behind a pot plant, right? Like a very narrow, thin, like yucca plant. It's got like two leaves at the top. It's like can't see me.
God. Ding ding tick tick ding ding tick tick ding ding tick tick ding 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 ding.
Keep distracting him, guys.
Yeah. Okay.
The sad thing is being the fact that you rolled the dice, you are convinced you are hidden.
Uh-huh.
You're like, made it.
He'll never notice me here.
Yeah.
And the guard looks back and he's like, "You have 3 seconds before I arrest all three of you."
For what? For
Trespassing and attempted murder.
What?
Whoa, good sir. Good sir.
We were allowed to be here.
Attempted murder.
Peek out for plat. What?
Sorry, I misphrased that as actual murder. Sorry.
What? What?
That's worse than attempting murder.
Yeah.
And also completely untrue.
We have lots of footage of us not doing a murder.
Yes. I'm covered in cameras.
That also doesn't help your stealthing, by the way, because they clank.
Clank, clank, clank.
They're secured.
Stealth cameras. So, who got murdered?
He's waiting for you to provide proof. He's not telling you who got murdered.
If you think we're guilty of murder, then we would have already known. Then you can tell us, because we would have already known.
Or you're acting.
Do you know me and how my friends look at me?
Yes, they look at you like you're a psychopath.
I mean,
But he's a harmless psychopath.
And the guy looks at you like...
Says the woman behind the tree.
I've peeked out a couple of times by now. We can't prove a negative.
No, we can definitely prove we didn't do whatever the heck happened, because we were off talking with Tom, who was sweaty and shirtless and had a towel.
He wasn't
and
shirtless.
Sweats. Oh, and
He was in
sweats
sweats.
were way too tight. And the we heard a noise, and we came back here, and someone said, "You can't come back here."
Yeah, that
Oh,
was me.
wait, hang on.
That was me.
And then
You
ran
saw
away.
us. You saw us outside.
how do we know that you aren't a murderer?
Guys, don't make this worse. He saw us outside after the sound happened.
That's true. And you seemed very quick to spin around the fact that we were the murderers, despite the fact that we were out. You stopped us from getting back here. Now I'm starting to sound like Ruric, and I do not like it.
And he looks specifically at you, and he says, "Pardon me, but asking, are you not a priest of the faith of Orzhov?
Yes.
And cannot priests manifest things like spiritual weapons and other such things that can do things when they're not around?"
Are you aware of the amount of paperwork I would have to do if I killed somebody?
Are you aware of the fact I don't give a shit?
Of course, classic Boros.
But again, as Ruric rightly pointed out, we have plenty of footage of us not being anywhere near
Again, I
murder.
point out you have a magic user with you that does not preclude you from committing a murder in a room you're not in. At which point, the door to the to Diana's dressing room opens, and the other Boros guard walks out, and he's like, "Well," and he whispers something to the other guard, who slowly lowers his halberd. He's like, "Well, all right. Looks like you might not have done it. But I am going to have to ask you move out from backstage.
Right away.
And, Goblin, to apologise to these three ladies."
My sincerest apologies for the interruption and everything else.
Now get. And he's like shooing you with his halberd. Like he's practically
watch where you're sticking that thing.
practically poking you in the butt with the pointy bit.
As soon as we're away from those guards, I'm going to say, we need to go talk to the director.
Yeah. I would agree.
He probably has time for us now.
All right.
Or
As
not.
you come back from backstage, the stage is empty.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear.
And
That's,
you can hear some murmuring from like the wings.
Are there any other guards that we can see? Like anybody at the
There's
door?
a couple of Boros guards at the main doors.
Alright. Let's go talk to those guards over there, see if we can get a hold of the director.
I'm just looking at the stage, and it's, I mean, before, like moments before, it was filled with people dancing and whatnot, and now it's just
Moments?
vacant.
That conversation backstage took like 5 minutes.
Okay, sure. Sure.
There were a lot of people backstage when I first went back there.
And just yes.
Mm.
From the noise you're hearing, there's probably a meeting going on in the wings.
Okay,
Like the director's called everyone off stage to talk to them.
sure.
Is what you would suspect.
I think I will head over there and sort of stand as unobtrusively in the back of the crowd as possible to listen to what is going on.
And the director's just like, something's happened to Diana. We're still waiting to get information. Blah 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 blah. I need everyone to go back to their dressing rooms. Sit tight. Just. And everyone's starting to file backstage.
Pardon me, Mr. Gorzes.
I don't have time for the press right now.
Off record. Do you know what? Do you have any ideas about what may have happened to her? We were talking to Tron, and we heard a smash as if something fell and broke. But
the Boris won't even let me in the room.
not even you.
No, they're still collecting evidence, apparently.
Well, is there anything we can do in our official capacity?
Roll me
Please let us know.
roll me a. I wish there was just like a knowledge guilds skill.
Intelligence.
Yeah. Roll me an intelligence check with proficiency modifier.
16.
That's fairly standard Boris procedure.
Okay.
As someone who is bookish and into the bureaucracy, you'd probably know that that's fairly standard Boris procedure.
Okay.
Just one question.
Yeah.
Do you expect the opening show to be going on as planned?
Probably.
Okay.
It depends on how long this investigation takes.
Yeah. It's going to affect us putting out an article.
The Boris told us there was a murder.
Yes.
And the Boros were the only ones to let people.
Say that again, you cut out, sorry.
The Boros were the ones who were guarding backstage, right? They were the only ones who let people in.
Right.
So that means they know the murderer.
Or someone came in another way.
Well, if they're guarding backstage and there's another way to get backstage, then they're not doing a good job, are they?
You guard every window in the building?
That's not my job.
Theirs either.
Ah.
At which point, Aimee,
Mm-hmm.
a thin blue strand of light sort of wafts in from it, like incorporeally passes through a wall and sort of wafts down to like dance around one of your hands. You recognize this as a Dimir thought strand. It's often how Dimir communicate between each other.
Okay. Hmm.
And you like pluck to access it. You just kind of like pluck it up and absorb the thought.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of.
Yeah. In one ear, right out the other. Okay.
And it's just dancing around one of your hands. You get a thought from the editor-in-chief, who says, have conversed with Master Sergeant Boran, who you know as the head Boros representative at the news network.
Uh-huh.
Have secured you access.
Hmm.
Interesting.
So I
Because
guess
you know because you know that the cameras that you have transmit back to HQ, so they know everything that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And we're still not fired, so we must be doing something right.
All right, so is the director still there, or did he walk off? He's still there, right? I've just been told we have clearance to speak with security.
Go run that by the Boros.
All right.
Okay.
We'll head on backstage, I guess.
Yeah.
So you head backstage,
Mm-hmm.
and Wall of Meat #1 is guarding the door.
Excuse me, sir. We've been authorized clearance to the scene.
On whose authority?
Master Sergeant Boren of the RNN Security.
Give me a moment, and he pulls out like a scroll and starts scratching something on it. Waits a couple of moments. Something comes back. He reads it. And he scrolls it. Closes the scroll. He's like, "Oh, very all right." And he sticks his head in, and he goes, Master Sergeant Boran of the 99's given him permission. And he and the other one's like, all right. And they step out and they're like, all yours, you've got 10 minutes.
Thank you. All right, come on, guys. Don't
Okay.
be stupid.
Everyone looks at Ray and goes, don't touch anything. Don't say anything. Don't move. Don't breathe.
Okay. Because I don't know how familiar I would be with a crime scene.
So you walk in.
I was gonna say we're about to be real familiar.
Well, I mean, as far as protocol, I don't want to, be disturbing.
You've probably
anything,
photographed a crime scene or two in your time. Okay. And you've been granted access, so
right.
The implication is you should investigate.
Okay. All right, guys. Be careful what you touch. If you see anything, let me know. Okay.
Okay.
So, you walk in, and what had been a very orderly, pristine dressing room not 15 or so minutes ago is absolutely trashed. The vase is broken, the picture frame is knocked over, the glass of the mirror is smashed, the clothes rack is disturbed, chest of drawers is tossed, and there's a dead body in the middle of the floor. That is Diana Milanesca.
I was not prepared to talk spirits today. That's for sure.
That might be a good place to start, though. Pictures.
Maybe a weird question. Are there any animals in the room?
How would you know?
Well, I assume it's a small dressing room. We can look
yes,
around.
but it's completely a mess. So
okay.
If there's an animal hiding, you might not see it initially.
Gotcha. Okay.
What you do notice is the skylight is smashed.
Something came in from above.
In or out? Like, is there glass beneath, or is there glass?
Roll me an investigation check.
Alrighty. 10.
There is glass on the floor under the body.
Okay. Because I can pick up things.
Under the body?
I just don't know what they mean.
Yes.
All right. How does this spirit summoning thing work?
Oh, it's a spell, but I'm not prepared. Though, may I spend a few minutes to detect magic, if there's any sort of residual magic?
Like, do you want to do a ritual for detect magic?
Yeah, since I don't have it prepared, but I think I can.
If you don't have it prepared, you can't use it.
I wasn't sure how
unless you have it as a ritual. Spell.
As a cleric, I do have it as a ritual.
Okay.
I do have it as a ritual spell.
Okay.
I just wasn't not as familiar with cleric casting as I am with.
So you start doing a ritual, basically, like drawing up a little, some sigils and stuff in the air. So rituals take about 10 minutes, just so you're aware.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to try to investigate the body without actually touching it.
Okay, go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
Who are you? You are 11.
There is a pretty clear puncture wound on her neck. Single.
Ruric, can you tell if this is something made by an animal?
Sure. I'm going to look up real quick about how tall is the ceiling?
At 10 feet.
Okay. I'm going to look back down, and I would assume that's something like a knowledge nature to see if this is indeed an animal attack.
Nature indeed.
I probably have no idea. I'm just leaving it at that.
Okay.
Something sharp. I don't know too many animals that only have one sharp thing.
Like a bird?
Okay, birds tend to have a sharp thing, but their beaks are more like that.
You're a good druid.
Yeah, I'm the best druid.
He's not a druid.
That's why I'm the best druid.
He's just Selesnyan.
Negative to my intelligence. So all these knowledge skills are out the window.
Okay. I wanted are her hands visible?
One of them is.
Okay, I want to
without moving the body.
Yeah, without moving the body. I just want to look at her hand to see if there's any sign of struggle.
Like there are definitely marks on her hands.
Okay, so she fought with whatever it was.
In case the state of the room didn't tell you.
Well, I mean, that could have happened.
I mean, a tornado could have come down and
had some nails in it.
I'm going to ask if Adelchi can put me on his shoulders real quick.
Adelchi is busy chanting and drawing runes.
That's true. Yeah, because I want to look at the skylight, and Zimzix is a little too short to get me all the way there.
Yeah.
Is there a way I can reasonably climb up to the skylight now that the room is in disarray?
From inside? No.
Okay.
Could get you a rope up there.
I'm going to go look at the outside. I'll be right back.
What, you going to go outside the building and climb up on the roof?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so you head outside.
Yeah.
I could have probably just tossed you a rope.
While you're doing that, Zimzix, are you looking at anything else? The things you have to investigate are the bench, which has the flowers, picture, makeup, and a couple of other odds and sods on it.
Mm-hmm.
There's the picture frame, and then there's like the chest of drawers.
I want to look around through the scattered debris, basically, and see if I can find it.
While you were looking at her hands, roll me a perception check.
God, my rolls today 7. I see nothing. I want to see if I can find any clues, like a feather or skin, hairs.
Roll me an investigation check.
Something that doesn't obviously belong to Diana. That's better.
Wait, what are you looking at?
How close is her body to each of the objects?
Kind of in the middle of the room.
Kind of in the middle of the room. I'm gonna look in the scattering of glass, because that seems
which is
like
under
the most...
the body.
Oh, is all of the glass under there?
Yeah, she's like right under the skylight.
Oh, she's right under the skylight.
So again, you have flowers, picture frame, the chest of drawers.
I'm gonna look at
you
the
have 3 options.
I'm gonna look at the picture frame.
Okay, what did you roll for investigation?
22.
The picture frame. The picture frame. It's smashed, obviously. You don't seem to see any sort of markings or hairs, but there is a picture of Diana with a very handsome young man wearing robes at what is clearly a zoo, right? There's like animals in a cage behind them. And roll me a perception check.
7.
The young man is wearing a Selesnya insignia.
Interesting.
Okay, outside the building.
No, take a picture of that.
Outside the building. You make your way out the stage door around the side to where the thing is. Mm-hmm. And there's like a bunch of like boxes and crates stacked up that you could probably climb up if you...
My goal is to get up to the roof, or at least to a part where I can see the roof where the skylight was.
Yeah, like I say, if you like make me like an athletics check or an athletics check,
sure,
probably climb boxes up onto the roof.
I don't know if 11 is good enough.
Yeah, that's good enough. It's like stepped boxes, right? It's like no different than
crates,
just
kind of thing.
Yeah, it's just like a big set of stairs, really.
Okay.
So you climb up. It takes a little minute because pretty big crates.
Yeah.
But you get up and you find like the area around the skylight. Pretty easy.
Okay. Are there any birds up here, by any chance?
Roll me a perception check.
Okay, let's see here. Let's see if I can perceive. Boy, my rolls too. 7.
Nope.
Okay.
A lot of bird poop, but no birds.
Yeah. Damn, must have flown away when the
any giant pot.
I'm gonna look into the skylight.
Yeah. And you look down and you can see Diana's body. With some glass under it. You can see Zimzix snapping pictures of a picture. And you can see Adelchi chanting away, drawing glowing runes in the air.
I'm going to try to investigate up here to see if there are any additional clues. Like you mentioned, there's a bunch of bird poop. Like, are there footsteps in the bird poop? That kind of thing.
Roll me an investigation check.
All righty. 14.
Yeah, there's some marks that could be footsteps.
Okay.
But they're very indistinct.
Sure. There's evidence that maybe someone was up here, but nothing definitive about whom, kind of thing.
With that, you also find an indentation in the frame of the skylight
Mm-hmm.
that may or may not have been caused by the end of a rope with a hook.
Okay. I think someone grappled out. He will call down into the hole.
Oh, it's a good thing I didn't throw something up there then. Huh. Get a picture. Oh wait, you don't have a camera. Here.
They don't trust me with the cameras.
I would throw a camera up to him. Acrobatics?
No,
No.
It's.
Oh, it'd just be attack, wouldn't it?
It'd be roll to hit with your dex. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you proficient in camera?
No, but I got a natural 20.
Okay. then you can have advantage on the dex save to catch the camera.
Alrighty. Heck yeah. Let's see here. We all know paladins with their mighty dex. That's going to be 17.
Yeah, you catch the camera just fine. Do you know how to work this camera? Probably not.
Point and shoot. Point
Do I
and
just hit the button?
point the round thing, the lens
All right.
at the thing that.
Roll me an intelligence check.
Oh God.
To get the camera pointing the right way.
That is a total of 0.
So you snap a picture. And
Up your nose.
and invent the Ravnican selfie.
Yeah. I bet you it take 3 or 4 of those. Okay.
Ah! Why do I feel like I should have gone up on the roof?
At this point, Jordan, I'm going to say your ritual finishes.
Wait.
There is some residual magic in the room. The flowers have some residual magic on them. All of the lights surrounding the mirror, but that's because the lights run on magic. And some of the clothes, but again, that's probably just like illusionary magic that's used in the performance.
What kind of magic is on the flowers?
It's kind of transmutation.
Okay.
And then there's some residual magic on her ring finger.
Of what school?
Protection.
Can I look to it's you said it's just on her ring finger?
Yeah.
Does she have is there a ring on the finger still?
There is not.
So a little abjuration magic on her ring finger and a missing ring.
Which would be her left hand.
Oh. Point of cultural interest, same as our world?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. And the transmutation on the flowers, and is that out of place or an Arcana check to see that's out of place?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me an Arcana check.
3. Seems to be a normal. Got it.
It's not normal, but it's normal. Like, these are very rare flowers, but you've seen their kind before.
Got it.
They're like mood flowers. Like the petals change color depending on the mood of the people nearby.
Okay.
Right now they're pissed off.
The petals are black right now. Yeah. And there's a note with the flowers as well.
What does? May I read the note?
Yep. It says, "Had lots of fun. We should do that again. Love, Marcus."
Interesting. Okay. Hmm. And those are the evocation magic on the lights, which are familiar because that's how lights work,
That's how lights work. Yeah.
and then illusion magic on the clothes
Yeah.
that I can deduce are probably
Which is fairly standard. Like, often there'll be like illusions on like quick change clothes, and like they want to have fairy wings on something.
got it. Interesting.
The only thing you haven't investigated so far is the chest of drawers.
Anything? Is there anything immediately glowing magical from the chest of drawers? It's not illusion magic.
No.
Can I just investigate, like dig through and investigate?
Yeah, if you want.
15.
Never mind. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Poetics.
I was going to say, while Jordan's rolling, and I'm standing on the roof, I want to use Divine Sense, which will tell me if there's any angelic, demon, or unholy
Point
kind of
of
thing
order.
within 60 feet
Point of
me
order.
that is not. Mhm.
Point of order. You are a Rakdos.
Yes, the answer to your
Well,
is there anything
specifically, I'm
demonic?
outside, and
Right,
the
but
the people inside would all have full cover, so it wouldn't detect them.
that you can't detect stuff behind full cover.
That's correct. If something only has partial cover, or if something is like watching me or something like that.
So I'm gonna go ahead and say there's at least 3 signatures high further up the roof than you.
Okay. All right, I'll let Jordan go, and then I will relay that information.
Right. Yeah, I'm just gonna dig through the doors, kind of looking to see if as I pull things out, if anything kind of sparks out as magical, that anything might have been deflected, and then also
So are you digging? You said you were digging through the chest of drawers, right?
yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll me an investigation.
Oh, stay on the table. 10.
There's like a pile of letters. That's kind of it.
Like buried in under clothes or whatever.
Yeah, not necessarily buried, but like she's like one of the drawers has like letters and stuff in it. One of them has like underwear. One of them has like t-shirts and other stuff. Sweats.
Can I look at the letters to see who they're signed by?
They're signed by someone named Marcus.
Okay.
Pardon me.
Who is the same name as on the note from the flowers?
It is, yes.
Okay.
And if you scan the letters themselves, I'm not going to give you the whole text of the letter, but it mentions things like having fun, references love, husband signing papers, wanting to get together and do the zoo again, that kind of thing.
Okay. Cool. No doubt.
I'm gonna call down as not quite quietly, but enough so that my team can hear. There are some unholy energies further up the roof.
Hmm? Okay. Can you elaborate?
Yeah, there are at least 2 of them.
Hmm.
3 is at least
At
2.
least, yeah. Might want to get back down from there then.
Or do we go up and look what he's got?
Does your divine sense give you like size and?
So it says I can sense anything affected by the hollow spell, or know the location of any celestial fiend, undead, within 60 feet that's not behind total cover.
Okay, but you don't know the power level.
The composition.
Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
It could be a minotaur the size of a house or a demon cat. Either way, it would come out the same.
Aldechi, are you done here?
Because a minotaur wouldn't register on unless it's a fiendish.
Exactly. Or of an unhollowed minotaur.
I think I am done investigating in here.
All right, let's go get Ruric out of trouble.
Oh, I'm not in trouble yet.
We only had 10 minutes in here anyway, right? So by the time he was done with his
technically had 5, but
yeah,
I gave you one.
All right. Head out. Thank the guards. Thank you for letting us take a look around. We didn't disturb anything. I don't think.
I did a little disturbing, but
I didn't. All right.
All right. Yeah, I think we need to go join Ruric and see what we can see from the rooftop.
So the 2 of you make your way out and head up to the rooftop.
Mm-hmm.
Ready for some climbing?
No, but
so as I said, this roof has been altered to resemble that of more of a big top. So it's kind of like slanted. How do you intend to get up and down? Also, screw you, Italy, for winning on penalties.
Is there any sort of scaffolding or stacks of?
There's boxes, but there's nothing that would get you up to the roof, like the tip of the roof where
the apex,
where Ruric has detected these demonic signatures.
That we'd have to try to figure out how to get up on our own.
Well, there was the suggestion of a rope earlier.
Yeah, I mean, I've got tools. I could certainly, let's say, once we get up to Ruric, is that acrobatics to
Throw a rope?
To get a rope up there. Or
I'd say it'd be more of a to hit roll, personally.
The acrobatics only if you're doing a cool flip while you do it.
I could do that.
While Zimzix is preparing to do that, I'll lay a hand on their shoulder, and you have to make this count, and I will grant them guidance.
Ooh.
Which does what?
It's a one-time use cantrip that grants a single target a D4 on any D20 roll.
Okay.
It's mini inspiration, basically.
Mini bless. Mini bless.
Mini bless.
Come on, nat 20. So this basically it's got a grappling hook.
Yeah,
in it,
that's
so,
what I
yeah,
figured.
Yeah. I'm not just tossing a.
I was gonna say, I figured you wouldn't be that stupid. You're not Ruric.
So to hit, I guess.
So it would be plus your dex plus your dex plus proficiency.
17.
Yeah, you hear like a dink, and it catches on something at the top.
Cool.
All right, you guys. Repair the cloth. Is it like a cloth point or is
No,
it?
it's metal.
Okay.
It's just been stylized.
Yeah.
Ruric, you want to go first?
Yes.
Athletics check to climb up the rope, please.
Advantage
to
due to the rope.
Ruric guidance as well.
Okay.
And that's just a 1d4, right?
Yeah.
Well, athletics. Yeah. Okay. That is 14.
Yeah, you start climbing up easy enough.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else going up? Or is it just
You want to go up first, or you want me to?
just the paladin?
You next, Zimzix, because I can grant you the guidance and then give myself guidance, but I have to touch you for that one.
You said
Athletics.
Athletics. 7.
You
I'm in acrobatics, not
have
athletics.
a harder time. You make.
Okay. If I did flips all the way up, I could do.
Exactly. On the way back down, she's going to be on fire.
What benefit does the rope give us? Is it just?
Oh wait, I didn't roll.
Your D4.
The D4. I forgot about that. So 10.
Okay. It just makes
Still not
the
great.
difficulty easy.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I will guide myself.
Hide myself.
Blind leading the blind.
Close my eyes and let a ghost lead me up the rope.
What's your number?
20.
20. Okay.
You got up better than the rest of us.
So you all climb the rope effectively, and it takes about 2 minutes to get up to the absolute peak, where you find 3 small demons flapping their wings around the peak of the roof, and each one of them has like a paint pot and a paintbrush, and is painting the roof.
Good job, boys. We'll be going now.
Did
Wonderful.
you see anything a minute ago?
Let me check what languages you speak.
I do not speak Abyssal, that's for sure.
Do any of you speak Abyssal?
I speak Sylvan.
Then they garble back to you in a language you do not understand.
Wait.
I can't take that as evidence.
Well, we can record it though, and maybe somebody back at the office speaks to. Of course, we can't ask them a question.
I'm pretty willing to bet that they just said, "I don't understand you. Get off our roof. We just painted there."
Yeah. Watch out, wet paint.
Humans can't fly. Stand up here and find out. Yeah.
Shit.
What's wrong, Jordan?
Adechi, do you know anybody back at the office who speaks Abysmal?
Abyssal?
Yeah.
I mean, I speak abysmal, but
Yes, you do speak. Would I be aware of anyone that? I'm sure.
Or
I
maybe
know
the HR
somebody.
guy would know too. I mean,
I'm sure I know somebody who knows somebody that either has comprehend languages or speaks Abyssal or Infernal. I know a guy. I don't have that trait. Damn it.
I'm sure you could find someone at the station that speaks Abyssal or Infernal. You do have an entire division of Rakdos cultists.
Mm-hmm.
No, it seems like if the demons saw anything, they wouldn't just be continuing to paint. They would have. done something?
I mean, they didn't do anything about us crawling up and down the roof.
Except yell at us to get down.
Only
Maybe.
when we got all the way up here, right?
Right. All right. Well, balls.
I will endeavor to thank them for their time.
They just
and
gobble back at you.
pretty much. And I will basically gesture. Okay, well, I guess we're going back down the rope.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say you climb back down with no problem.
Okay.
Because the last thing I need is a piece falling from dying.
I guess I have to retrieve my grappling hook.
Yep.
Do I need to do anything special for that?
Nope.
Okay.
Samwise games you that.
Yep. It's all in how you tie the knot.
Mm-hmm.
So what's next?
Yeah. So someone broke in, killed the star, fled, and the roof is freshly painted.
The higher up part of the roof.
Yeah.
Freshly.
That's what I found out.
Well observed.
I took lots of pictures. Here's your camera.
Can't wait.
I'll erase that later.
I can imagine someone sitting at the news desk back at RNN just being like, why? What? Another one of him? Why?
What?
Don't tell Adelchi because he was kind of a waste of resources.
Yep.
Terrible waste of resources. Can I look at the skylight from above and see if anything pops out?
Yeah, if you want.
Is your rune still active down below?
Detect magic is here.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And
And
it's what, 10 minutes?
Yep.
You don't seem to detect any magic on the skylight.
okay. What about my about a 20 investigation to look around the sort of the edge of the skylight?
You pick up that little dent, but that's about it. Indistinct footprints. Very indistinct footprints. One may say magically indistinct footprints.
We follow them anyway off the roof.
Say that again?
Are we able to sort of, for lack of a better term, track them in which direction
They
walk?
head towards the boxes you climbed up to get here.
Okay. Damn, all the times we really could use a ranger.
Of course,
But like
could the Rangers...
when they get to the boxes, they kind of disappear.
Got it. Okay.
Do they look like normal footprints or like?
They appear to be magically indistinct.
Oh, okay. So, yeah.
I think before we, I want to ask Gorzez, go find Gorzez one last time and ask him if he knows who Marcus might be. If he has any employees named Marcus.
Doesn't have any employees.
Does he?
And he doesn't know who Marcus is.
Okay.
He'd heard some scuttlebutt about Diana going to meet this a mystery man from some of the dancers.
The dancers might know who
She wouldn't
was
tell.
mad at her for not, or for meeting with someone else.
You mean besides your husband?
That's the thing. I don't want to. Like, I don't want to jump. I don't want to immediately jump into the ship that Marcus is not husband. That Yeah. Words. I can words.
Like you could just ask the husband.
Yeah.
Does Gorzes know
Yeah.
Diana's husband's name? Okay.
Diana's husband is actually a fairly high-ranking member of the Rakdos faith. Called Giancarlo.
Oh, well. Alrighty then. Giancarlo, you said?
Giancarlo Milanesca.
All right. All right. So, yes.
Interesting. So sounds like it could potentially be some kind of lovers' quarrel.
Mm-hmm.
So are you saying they hired an assassin?
Not necessarily.
But it's possible.
You said this. Did Adelchi did you share the letter information from the letters with me while we were standing in there?
Yeah, I will share the fact that the flowers in the room came from Marcus, as well as the fairly steamy letters from her dresser drawer were also from Marcus.
They aren't.
So
they aren't steamy.
They just had fun.
They just
Loved the
mentioned
zoo.
they had fun at the zoo. He loves her, and he wants to see her again soon.
So it doesn't take.
He's not like Ravnica sexting her.
It doesn't take long. It doesn't take much for me to draw a conclusion that Marcus is the one in the picture and the same person who wrote the letters.
Yeah, that's pretty
obvious.
Pretty obvious that the Selesnyan druid is Marcus.
Yeah. So.
And note that no one's mentioned the fact that there's a Selesnya in the picture to the Selesnyan.
Would you know him? I mean, not all Selesnyans know Selesnyans, do they?
Right. But a member of his guild is implicated in this murder somehow.
Unless it was her husband.
Members of 3 different guilds are currently implicated in this murder, according to the Boros Legion.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So, as a recap, for leads, we have her husband, whether or not he knows about Marcus. We have Marcus, whether or not anything untoward was actually going on there, and or was he,
was he lusting after somebody? Yeah.
Was it one-sided?
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
But why would she keep the letters if it was one-sided? And have the picture.
And you have letters that reference the husband signing some papers.
Yeah. So it seems like they probably knew there was, something going on there.
So it sounds like to me as a player, not as a character, certainly, that maybe the next step is to
talk to the husband.
Talk to the husband, if for nothing else, to let him know that something bad happened.
I mean, I would imagine the Boris would probably give him a heads up on that.
True, but we saw how effective they were at finding the murderers when we walked in 3 minutes after
the murder.
I mean, they were just trying to lock down the scene. I can.
Right, but you also have to imagine the people that you've got there are basically security guards, not detectives.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Where the fuck is the Azorius that we need on this scene right now?
But yeah, it's probably if we can try and track down Marcus and or her Mr. Giancarlo.
Yeah, either one or both would in my mind would be the next step of the investigation.
Well, you're gonna have to pick one or the other.
True.
Probably be easiest to get to Giancarlo.
Yeah, I think considering we are in a Rakdos hub, and B, it was insinuated by Gorzes that Giancarlo was a slightly higher ranking or significantly ranked member of the cult.
Mm-hmm.
he's probably the easier one to track down. So let's go find Senor Milanesca.
All right, so you are pointed to a Rakdos underground club. Sort of. Not so much. No.
More BDMS.
It's like a mix between like a jazz club and a BDSM club.
Yeah.
That's what I think of when I want to go out for the weekend is a light piano bar with people hanging from the ceiling.
But you're pointed towards this fairly clandestine club bar thing, which Giancarlo owns.
Ooh.
Okay.
And it'll probably take you about 30 minutes to walk there. And when you get there, it's a nondescript building with a big metal door in it with like a slide.
Mm-hmm.
Knock. Do we need a password?
All you were
Knock,
given
knock,
was
knock.
the address.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, if it's open, then we just go in.
Door's
if
not
it's-
open.
Okay, so knock.
Door is
knock.
very much closed.
Okay.
The slide peers back, and there's like these two beady eyes look out at you.
Hi, we're from Ravnica News Network, and we'd like
Slam.
to speak with. All right then.
I will attempt. Please step back, Zimzix. Good evening, sir. My name is Adelchi from the Orzhov Syndicate. I have some troubling news for Mr. Milanesca about his lady wife. If I may come in to talk with him.
Now, I have a question for you as players. Did you bring the camera crew?
Probably not. I would imagine we would send them back to.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the camera crew is headed back to headquarters.
Yeah, I mean, I do still have cameras on me, but
Yeah,
Right.
that would be the smartest way to go about it, I think.
Yeah.
This is beyond their duties and responsibilities.
Yeah.
Let me see what the boss says. Stunk. Wait for like 2-3 minutes. Comes out. He goes, priest can come in. The cameras have to stay outside.
Okay. You two stay here. Try to stay out of trouble. And if I need you, I will do my damnedest to get to you.
Leaving these
try
two
not to
alone.
bore him to death.
Say what?
Leaving these two alone.
Yeah. That's the real terror here. Because we're not leaving the Loxodon with them too.
So you are let in, Adechi, and you walk down some stairs into the club where there's like booths around the outside. There's a bar. There's like a 3-piece jazz quartet playing on the stage. It's like a smoky atmosphere. And you can see it's quite clearly closed at this point. Like there's like people polishing the bar and like cleaning the floors and stuff like that. And you can see a very well dressed gentleman sitting in a booth across the floor who just
I'll approach and good evening, Mr. Milanesca. I presume.
me.
I don't know if the Legion has been by recently, but it would appear that someone has assaulted and murdered your lady wife.
Yes, the Legion have been here.
We were just wondering if you
Told
may
me I
have...
wasn't allowed to come to the to the docks yet. Allowed to see the body of my wife.
It is truly, truly an injustice that you are not allowed to even be there right now. Would it be a step too far to temporarily adopt Giancarlo into our party so that he's covered by our
It's up to you.
now I would like to say that I through some connections I have secured access to the backstages of the Masaaki Imaginarium. Would you like to join me? And I will do my best to get you.
Oh, I'm going to get access backstage.
No, wonderful.
And he's got this look in his eyes of like, even if I have to ask Rakdos himself.
Oh dear. I would like to make a quick,
like an insight check.
yes, one of those. But before that, I want to do a perception, like glance, do a quick check for a band.
Okay.
To see if he's still wearing one. Perception. I didn't guide myself beforehand. So 17.
He is still wearing a wedding band.
Okay. Question, Mr. Milanesca,
Mm-hmm.
if I may be so bold. Your wedding rings, were they magic by any chance? Is yours magic, like a ring of protection or something like
They
that?
both were, yeah.
Okay.
Passed down from my father.
Very interesting.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Why is a member of the Orzhov Syndicate investigating the death of a member of the Rakdos?
Full disclosure, and I hope you won't throw me out.
And he takes a very large glug out of a glass of like whiskey.
I'm going to take quick insight to see whether or not my answer is going to get me thrown over a table. And murdered and 6.
As far as you are concerned, you could say anything and you'd be fine.
Full disclosure, Mr. Milanesca. Oh wait, full disclosure, 6 is a nat 1. So yes. Full disclosure, Mr. Milanesca.
In fact, you think it would be a really good idea to tell him everything.
I was on assignment to the Masaaki Imaginarium from the Ravnica News Network to do a little fluff piece about the opening of this new entertainment. So
you're telling me that a member of the press got to see my wife's body before I did?
What this sounds like, sir, is a gross injustice and malfeasance on the part of the Boros Legion.
Roll me a persuasion check. In fact, make me a persuasion check, by which I mean make me a persuasion check.
Oh, thank God. Thank God for natural 20s. That's a 24.
All right. He looks at you and he's like, with all due respect to a member of the Orzhov Syndicate, I think it's time you see yourself out.
Yes. You know what? I'm already there on the way out.
Just one more thing.
Just one more thing. Do you happen to know where we can find a Marcus from the Selesnya Conclave?
Just grumble like, I don't try the Selesnya.
Just out of curiosity, considering he and your wife seem to have been dating or something like that, as I quickly make my way to the door.
This is why we
He
don't
clicks
send
his
you two
fingers
into.
and the door. Chunk.
Well, shit.
So
Oh,
how'd
might
it
have
go?
solved itself.
Pardon?
Well, it's just we found a picture of Mrs. Milaneska and a man in Selesnya robes stand in her dressing room. I found flowers, mood flowers, if it means anything to you, with a note from a Marcus that they had fun and they should do it again sometime, as well as some other letters intimating of them doing activities together, and that you were signing papers of some sort, or his husband was signing papers. It was very unclear about whose husband was signing what papers, when, and where in the letters.
Dismissively waves
Thanks.
as if he's like, I have a lot to process.
Well then,
And starts pouring himself another.
do you mind doing the clicky thing to unlock the door?
The guard unlocks the door.
Oh well, thank you.
It wasn't a magic locking. It was a.
Oh okay.
And you
See,
get.
our doors are all locked by ghosts, so the clicky thing makes sense.
Give him the clapper.
Ghost on, ghost off.
You are given the sense that you should vacate the premises probably as quickly as possible.
Oh yes, I am. As soon as the door is open, I am out and down the street.
So the door. So to the other two, the door opens and Adelchi just like Speedy Gonzalez.
I had no idea you could move that fast.
Door
Adelchi.
closes.
I think we will high to keep up.
Well then, besides inciting civil war between the Selesnya Conclave and the Cult of Rakdos, as I believe Diana's husband assumed they were still married, and he is very angry that we got to go see the body before he was allowed to see the body.
But did he know about Marcus?
Like I said, it may have incited some war between the Cult of Rakdos and the Selesnya Conclave. He did not appear to be aware.
So there's a guy named Marcus who's a Selesnyan?
Yes.
Yeah.
Zimzix, did you not fill him in on the 5 minutes before I nearly got us all killed?
I think he was thinking about animals.
No, okay.
Roll me. Roll me.
Persuasion.
No. Ruric. Roll me an intelligence with proficiency.
Okay.
No, wait. Make it a wisdom.
Oh,
Proficiency.
okay. Wisdom with proficiency. That will put me at 19.
Okay. So you, as you know, there's no actual Selesnyan Verdani.
Governmental organization.
There's no Selesnya Verdani in District 7, right?
Okay.
There's a little bit, but it's part of the District 6 Verdani that kind of laps over the border, right? So you probably grew up in the District 6 Verdani. Marcus is a very human name,
Mm-hmm.
and not the sort of thing you would typically get named within the Selesnya.
Right.
So the name actually stands out.
Okay.
And you've heard of like maybe 2 Marcuses, in your in the Vidani.
Okay.
One of which is just like a guard,
Mm-hmm.
right? And the other works within the spa itself.
Okay.
Because the Selesnyan Vidani within District 6 has a very big, famous, like, health spa.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. So you said that this guy got really angry.
Yes. Well, terse. I don't know if angry is the right word, but very terse, and we'll say angry. Yes, we'll say angry.
So do you think he's going to go attack a guard or get a massage?
Huh?
I think he is willing to, burn several things to the ground if he doesn't get to the answers that satisfy him. Primarily starting with getting to see the body of his wife and get to lay her to rest sometime soon.
So I have an idea. I have 2 ideas. They're competing ideas. You follow me?
Yep. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so what do you think we should do?
Well, I'd like to know what the ideas are first.
Okay. The on one hand, I've heard of a Marcus who stands guard over things, who watches things. That's the kind of person who might see a lot,
Mm-hmm.
right? Fades in the background. Not a lot of people notice the guard, that kind of thing. Maybe he wants to stand out, see a nice lady that makes him feel seen, appreciated,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
The other guy is really important.
Um,
And
do you know what these 2 guys look like?
Well, I mean, they look like a Marcus.
Okay, continue, please.
And the other one gives rub downs and whatnot to the centaurs and other important guests.
You would both know of the spa within the Vidani. It's like a vacation spa.
I thought that was the best description I could give.
No, I think we should go talk. I think we should go to the spa and see him. And if he looks like the picture, then because we have a picture of supposedly a picture of Marcus. Maybe theoretically,
Well,
now
was
that
he
I think
wearing
about it,
guard clothes?
Roll me. You looked at the picture, right, Jordan?
yes,
Roll me an insight check.
20.
That man did not look buff enough to guard a thing.
He probably didn't look like a masseuse either.
Might have done.
The other Marcus probably might not be an actual masseuse.
Yeah.
I'm just once again we are jumped to the conclusion that the man in the picture is the Marcus.
Well, he did mention in the letters that they had fun at the zoo, and the picture was taken at the zoo.
Okay.
Maybe she just likes taking her dates to the zoo.
Maybe. I mean, yeah, it is an assumption, but it's a reasonable one.
Channel. You go.
We go to the zoo, zoo. Oh, anyway.
2 very different songs with 2 very different connotations going on right there.
So what is the plan?
I think we're going to go to the spa and try to find a Marcus at the spa.
Okay.
That seems
Now,
reasonable.
Marcus at the spa is very important. We'll probably need an invitation, maybe a work-sponsored weekend retreat.
Well,
Who's in charge of that?
we will cover that. next time, as we are coming towards the end of today's stream, we will pick up the scent of this murder mystery next time. Where you can also pick up your cameraman. Because hopefully he's back from whatever he's doing in 2 weeks' time. So, thank you for playing. Thank you for watching. Before we go offline, Jordan, why don't you tell people where they can find you?
You can find me on the internet, on Twitter as 321 Podcast. That's for this Twitch channel here. Typically on Tuesdays, we are playing World of Warcraft in our
If we can ever be bothered to do that dungeon.
Yeah, if we could ever be, maybe Teamwork Tuesdays turns into another game because
it might have to at this point.
Which is a shame, because everything I've been hearing about the new patch has been pretty entertaining and exciting, but I don't, whatever. Anyway, and of course here on Sundays for Ravnica News, have I got news for you?
Every other Sunday.
Every other Sunday, and I'm trying to fill in the Sunday gaps. Last weekend was a no gap because here in the United States, we celebrated throwing tea into water.
Best thing to do with it.
Well, I mean, you can't.
I mean, that's literally how you brew tea.
Collapsing entire countries' economies. And, you can follow me at 321 Podcast is where we announce all that stuff. You can also, of course, also find me as Mr. NNJ, MR_NNJ on the Twitter machines. Check out our YouTube channel where we post the VODs, the videos on demand of these. I will try to be a lot faster about getting these up.
Now that you found the folder, I put them in.
Now that I know now that I remember the fact that there's a folder that we can put them in, that has already existed, and that's bit.ly/321_TV_YT. Links for all of that is over in the chat now.
And we can announce that Jordan will be the special guest this month on Awesome Mania, as we go back, and myself, Michael, and Jordan are going to watch WWE In Your House 9 International Incident 1996 and basically riff over it, because it's just an excuse for me to watch wrestling with my friends, basically.
Best way to watch it.
Aimee, where can people find you, plug your rating streams, etc.?
On the Facebooks, I am Nova CoML. You probably won't find me because who can? I also have an author page on there that's AK Child or at Fluffy Sci-Fi. On the Twitters, I am.
Having read your stuff, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I call it. On the Twitters, I am also under my author name as a child_AK. And I do some streaming on the glorious 321 channel, playing some games every once in a while. I try to hit Friday nights, but during baseball season, that doesn't always happen. And I do writing streams on my own channel, which is Maven Maverick. So if you're interested in writing, let me know and I'll get you the information.
Poetics, plug your stuff.
Pretty much the only place you can find me online is poeticsonline.net, which is my own personal website and blog where I've posted a whole lot of entries about writing, about gaming, about life and living. So check that out, poeticsonline.net.
As for me, you can find me on Twitter at BobTGoldfish. You can find me here on Twitch doing the Twitch thing, days with Jordan and Aimee. You can also find a lot of stuff that I do over at thxthockey.com, which are 2 podcasts, Awesome Mania, as I mentioned before, and VFTG, otherwise known as Voices from the Grid, which is a Power Rangers podcast. And I can say that both of those podcasts will have panels at this year's Awesome Con on Saturday, starting at 3 o'clock, we will have Awesome Mania 9, the only panel to have been at every Awesome Con, including last year's online exclusive Awesome Con. The only panel to be at every Awesome Con. And then directly afterwards, in the exact same room, you have the Voices from the Grid panel. So I am in that room from like 3 o'clock to 6 p.m. It's going to be a long, tiring afternoon of talking about things I enjoy, but it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. So the first one will be me and Michael Lindenbaum, and we will have a special guest. We're not sure who yet. We are hoping, fingers crossed, it will be Mike Jones from DC 101, who's a good friend of ours and wrestling fanatic like Mike and I. But if Mike Jones's schedule doesn't meet with ours, there will still be a third person on the panel. We're just not sure who yet. And then it'll be me, Sasha, Brian, and Michael, the 4 Voices from the Grid, for the first time together in person, which is going to be really weird. Because, well, Mike, Brian, and I know each other. Sasha lives in Maine, so she's moving to the area and she'll be here. Anyway, I'm talking a lot of bollocks. Jordan, do you have a raid target?
Do I have a raid target? We could raid.
If not, I could find someone.
No, I don't really have a raid target.
Can you queue up a raid and I will target?
Sure.
I don't have chat open.
Yep. Okay.
We're gonna raid. I'm gonna send you the name in.
Okay.
We've raided him before. His name's Kyle's Little Monster. I've run some D&D for him before, and if you stay true to his channel, he tends to do D&D Sunday nights after his speedrun practice. So if you want to hang around there, I will merely say thank you for watching. We will be back in 2 weeks with Have I Got News for You. Until then, the words of the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln, be excellent to each other. Party on, non-gender specific honorifics.
Peace. We will see you
next time.